sweet baby love friends, it is super freaking late. It's 12:35 at night and I wanted to film a video today, and I was thinking of some fun fall videos I could do. So I thought I would show you guys what is in my fall makeup bag. Now, I filmed when I was in New York, like back in September, a kind of travel makeup bag video that I still haven't put up. So if you guys want to see that too, let me know. But these are products that are specifically ones that I tend to use during the fall time. A lot of these are products I've never talked about. I don't think I've ever even showed on my channel. So I just thought it was time to show you guys some products I've really been loving lately. So let's delve in. First things first, I'd like to say I have no clue why there are bobby pins on this makeup bag, but I'd also like to say good job, Loey, because I was just looking for them and I didn't even notice. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is actually not a makeup product, but it is a beauty product that I think a lot of us use, and it is a perfume. So this is from Scentbird, which I've talked about before, but it is basically a subscription service where every single month you can pick from like over 350 perfumes on their website and try one out in a little travel size bottle. Essentially, you can try any designer perfume that you want for only $14.95 a month and get a new one every single month. This is enough to be a 30-day sample. I actually really love the Scentbird travel bottles. I've had ones, and I won't name any names before, where you can like pump out your favorite perfume and take it on the go, and it seemed way too good to be true, and they totally were. Like, they leaked everywhere. It was just not a fun time. These are actually very nice to travel with, and though it's just a twist up and down, I feel like they definitely stay secure, and I've never had any issues with leaking. I know I said a 30-day sample, but to give you a rough idea, in here is like 0.27 fluid ounces, which is equal or right around the same as a roller ball. But instead, they're actually little sprayers, so you can just spray it on the go. Oh my god. Okay, so I really should talk about this. I got the Yves Saint Laurent perfume Black Opium. I'm obsessed with it. It's very grown up without being too musky or too floral. I just think it's a perfect hybrid because I'm kind of on the cusp. Sometimes I still like my cotton candy perfumes, and then sometimes I like something a little bit more grown up. This is kind of the perfect in the middle for me. It's a little bit like feminine and sexy, but it just smells good. Like, this is one of those scents that's just so, oh my god. It's just so good. The average rollerball is like almost $30 nowadays. I've noticed they've gone from being like the $20 category upwards to like $25 to $30. Plus, these are better. I really like little purse sprays like this. I've said this before on my channel, as opposed to the rollerballs, just because I feel like rollerballs don't disperse enough scent, and they also, I feel, kind of go out really quickly. Plus, it's one of those things where you can try it out for 30 days. If you love it, buy a full-size bottle. If not, you really didn't waste too much money. And this way as well, you can kind of build up your scent wardrobe without having a billion perfumes. I don't know if you can see back there, but I have a crap ton of perfume I never use. I would much rather have small bottles like this that I can kind of travel with and test out and see how I like. And if I'm obsessed with it, sure, I can buy a full-size bottle. But this is a great way to build your perfume collection. So I'm gonna have a link for you guys down below. Scentbird is sponsoring this video, so thank you so much to them, and thank you for sending me this perfume because I can't get enough of it. It just smells so good. So definitely my favorite scent of right now, but I do have some makeup favorites, of course. I will quickly mention a tool favorite that's not exactly makeup, but this is my current eyelash curler. I showed this in a recent Sephora haul, but I'm obsessed with this. I don't know, there's something very glamorous about this lash curler from Tarte. When I first saw this, I was a baby bit skeptical just because I was like, that's not going to be comfortable on my little baby hands. That's not going to be fun to touch. But they're actually not jagged stones, and it's so luxe and so beautiful. Tarte lash curlers are my favorite. I feel like they give you the most volume, and they really get your lashes standing upwards without being like harmful. If I use this on the daily, I don't notice that my lashes get weaker, which I have noticed with some cheaper lash curlers. So this is like $20 right now, plus you get a mini mascara as well. But this has been my favorite lash curler, not only for the look, but also because it does good things for my eyelashes. My foundation right now is definitely Maybelline's Superstay Better Skin Foundation. This is in the color 20, which is kind of the shade that I am right now. I am wearing this today, and I'm a little bit on the pale side right now. I haven't fake tanned in several weeks. I was using this foundation a lot this summer because I had my fake tan shade, and I just found myself missing it so much. I've been using the Too Faced Born This Way, which I do love, but I feel like this foundation is perfect for the fall because it is full coverage. You do get kind of like a satin matte finish. You're not fully matte. You could go fully matte if you use like a translucent powder, but you kind of have that option. I really like full coverage foundations in the fall and winter. I just like being like full glam sometimes. That was a weak snap on the first one. But yeah, this has been my favorite foundation, and I just find myself going back to it all the time. It's also one, and I do not recommend this, but I fell asleep in my makeup the other day and it stayed on the whole time. Like, I basically slept through the night and I woke up and I was like, dang, I look good. It really clings to the skin. Sticking with kind of skin favorites, I wanted to quickly mention, in case you could not tell, I love the fake freckle thing. Some people don't like it when I do this, but I have got to say, this is one of those that I could never just like stop because other people wanted me to. I love fake freckles. I think that they're so cute. I think they change your whole face. How I do this is I take the e.l.f. Complete Coverage Concealer Palette in the shade Dark. Now, an e.l.f. makeup artist actually taught me this, and they gave me this little palette, and I have never turned back. And I take a stipple brush. They actually like sprayed water on it, but I feel like it's better to like run the brush under water, then like dab off the excess on the back of your hand. It's best to be damp, not sopping, but damp, because that way the little stipple brush ends separate and it gives you more space, and it's not like so many close together. And I feel like it looks a little bit more natural when you do it that way. So I dip it in the concealer. Sometimes when I'm tanner, I'll take this shade. Sometimes if I'm super fair, I will take this shade. My safest bet is usually this one, and I will just dab my stipple brush in it, and I will, like, you guys don't even understand. You want to press down like that. Like, you barely want to touch the skin, and you want to do that in random areas and kind of twist and turn the brush so that it gives a more random feel and they're not like all grouped together in the same way. I do that wherever I want to. I usually kind of focus them on the nose and right here on the cheeks, and then I will go in with an eyebrow pen. I have here the Stila one in the shade Light. I prefer the Milani pens for both the sake of an eyebrow pen as well as the sake of doing freckles. The Milani ones are more pigmented, they last longer, and I like the applicators a lot better than this, but I'll just show you this one for now. If you can see, like I said, it's just an eyebrow pen, so it's almost like a sheer wash of a light brown. For me personally, I like to use the lightest colors in these, and I will just dot random freckles where I feel like maybe it looks a little bit bare, or I just want a little something extra. So that's how I do my fake freckles. If you guys want a whole tutorial, just let me know, but I love doing them this time of year. In terms of blush, I have two that are on absolute opposite ends of the spectrum. The first one is kind of like a berry bronzy shade. This is Berry Amore from Milani, and I love this. It's just a really nice kind of nudie bronzy plum, and I love the way it looks on the cheeks, and it goes with everything. This is a beautiful blush for this time of year because it is very warm toned and it pairs with a lot of warm tone looks, but I really do feel like you could wear this with anything. So that one I'm obsessed with. The other one is one that I'm wearing right now, and it's for when I want a very bright pop on the cheeks and I want to look very fresh-faced and awake. I kind of have two different categories of looks I tend to go for in the fall, and the first is sort of like this, where it's very fresh-faced and awake, and then I will also go for like the warm or the hazy and smoky looks that are very like typical of fall. Right now I am using this, and it is in the shade Fearless from Tarte. I love the Amazonian clay blushes. It's very deceiving both in the pan and on the hand. It looks almost like a baby doll pink, but if you can see here, it almost like on the skin when you apply it with a brush transforms into the most natural, like bright flush. My highlighter of choice here recently has been the Anastasia So Hollywood Illuminator. I love the Anastasia illuminators. They did not send these to me. They have no clue who I am. So if you want like an honest opinion of someone who spent the full $20 on them, they are worth it. I think that MAC just released their holiday illuminator, and I bought it, but I haven't gotten it in yet. And it's called like Oh Darling, and it's very, very similar to the best of my knowledge. But if you can see here, it's just like a pale white gold, and I saw this and I was immediately like, gold is a bit much, but I'm wearing it on the tops of the cheeks today, on the nose, and everywhere on the face where I normally highlight. It's so subtle, but it just adds a warmth and a certain like luminosity to the skin. For the eyes, I do have two major favorites. The first being the Anastasia, again, and they did not send it to me, the Shadow Couture World Traveler palette. I don't know if this is still available. They may have replaced it by now with a self-made palette, but I believe they're very similar. The shadows are available like individually, so I'm just going to tell you the ones I really like. I'm obsessed with Morocco. I use that in the crease today, and then I use the shade Intense Gaze right on top of it, and these two together give such a warm look to the eyes. And if I want to go like all out on shadow, I will then take Pink Champagne and pack that on the lid, and maybe take Fudge in the outer corner. But For days like today when I want something a little bit glowy, I'll just take the So Hollywood Illuminator and just pack it on the lids with my fingers. But this has been my go-to shadow palette here recently. I absolutely freaking love it. I wish that I used more of the colors in here, to be perfectly honest, like Spoiled and Bellini and this guy up here. They just kind of fall to the wayside, but those few colors that I mentioned, I'm so in love with. The other huge favorite is this Charlotte Tilbury, the Feline Flick Quick Fine Line Shoto pen, and this is just in the shade Panther, which is black. I don't think that they have any other colors. To be quite honest with you, I feel kind of bad recommending this because it's a $30 eyeliner, but I have to be perfectly honest with you, I've been doing cat eyes like this on a near daily basis here recently, and if you're wondering about the lashes, they're the Red Cherry 43, also a big favorite. This makes cat eyes stupid easy. Like there's just no like error with this. It just gets the perfect edge. It never bleeds. Like when you put this pen on like your skin, it never leaves those bumpy lines. If you know what I'm talking about, like sometimes eyeliners will catch on every little thing on your outer corner and then you've got like a really bumpy cat eye. This gives you such a smooth application. It's a one-stop shop. I'm obsessed with it. Plus, it's really nice and dark. Let's talk lips. I talk about MAC Swirl lip liner constantly, so I'm not going to reiterate. One liner that's about enough is the NYX lip liner in the shade Mauve. This is like a $3 product, and it's just the perfect mauve-y brownish pink. It goes with absolutely everything. Today, for example, I am wearing it underneath Melted Chihuahua from Too Faced, and this has become a very recent favorite of mine. Too Faced was so sweet, and they sent me so many of their melted liquid lipsticks, but this one has really stood out to me here recently. As you can see, it's just a brownie mauve pink. It's a great neutral, and I think that it pairs with something kind of heavy like my eyes today, but it could also pair with something very natural. Recent purchase, but I jumped on the Dose of Colors bandwagon, again, completely purchased by myself. I have never turned back. I'm obsessed with Dose of Colors, and I don't know how I didn't purchase their products sooner. Stone, and again with that mauve pink feel, but this one is quite cool toned. This is what I thought Lolita was going to be, and I don't know if a lot of you remember this, but I hauled Lolita from Kat Von D like back in December, and I think I got a bad batch because it was brown. Just soft, beautiful mauve pink, and I think it's so gorgeous. I love to wear this with minimal makeup, just a crap ton of lashes, like very minimal everywhere else, and then this, it's just beautiful. It is from YSL, and I have a little baby here. It is the Lept Tintin Oil in number 5. You're not going to be able to see this. It's just kind of a clear glaze with a baby bit of color, but I'm obsessed with this, especially on days when I'm wearing either minimal makeup or no makeup. Very moisturizing, gives your lips such a healthy shine and gloss while still a lot juicier and plumper than they actually are. I don't like using the word juicy for lips. It just doesn't feel right, but it does, and it also just makes them so hydrated and so nice. I wear this all of the freaking time, and I don't find that I have to apply it too often. My lips are always in such great condition after I wear it. This is inside of my fall makeup bag, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already. If you want to see what's in my travel on the go makeup bag, just let me know in a comment down below and I will totally put that up for you. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day, and I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm too wired for 1 in the morning. Bye.